So one of the setbacks in learning Tai Chi is that it is taught moving. Tai Chi is done linear, so you're moving up and down the floor doing the moves. The second difficulty, or the second potential problem with it is that it could stress out the knees because of the way you're asked to move up and down the floor. So in a typical pattern, you're asked to do the pattern with your chest facing one way, and then by twisting your forward foot and then shifting your weight, you're asked to do the move turning. You kick out, you shift, and then you turn 180 degrees. Well, if you have knee problems, that could be a serious issue. So what I've done with my system is, in a desire to ease the stress of knees, I have created two videos. One seated and the other standing still. Now, if you're interested in the seated videos, go to the library and search for the video for seniors and the disabled. That's a seated video. Okay? If you're not interested in sitting, if you'd like to stand, then simply follow along. One of the things that I'm going to recommend as we proceed is to keep your feet closer together than you normally would when doing Tai Chi. Normally, you're asked to separate your feet at a minimum of shoulder width apart. Now, when you're doing the upper rotation, sometimes you'll feel stress in the knee, depending on how flexible or loose your midsection is. To relieve the pressure, keep your feet closer together. The closer together, and the stress, it goes to about your waist level when you're doing these rotation movements. All right, so let's go ahead and start. The first move is Tai Chi. And when you're doing Tai Chi, you're going to be lifting your arms from the shoulders, and in a kind of a whip-like fashion, you change directions. Now, the key to getting the benefit from this exercise is to promote that whip-like action as much as possible. Because what that's going to do is going to force increased circulation through the bloodstream and your arm. So you're not moving straight up and down. You have a conscious whipping effect. That circulation is going to carry oxygen to the muscles, providing energy. The blood will also repair any damaged tissue. Okay, so that's what's going on with Tai Chi. And again, you can isolate each move and do the move several times. I recommend between 10 and 12. Don't forget, you're inhaling to the count of 2, exhaling to the count of 4, or inhaling to the count of 3, inhaling to the count of 3, and exhaling to the count of 6. Okay? This will reduce blood pressure. It will also soothe and calm the muscles. It also oxygenates the brain, bringing about greater mental acuity. All right, so the second move is parting the horse's mane. And you put your right hand under, I'm using my left. You're going to put your left hand on top and turn toward the upper elbow. So I'm consciously using my trunk area right at the waist in order to twist, staying away from the knees. Then I'm going to press down with the upper hand and turn my body forward again. Now when I've completed the move, it looks like my right hand, I was about to fall and I caught myself with the hand. The other hand looks like I'm reading a book. So from the side, it looks like this. My left hand is under, so I'm going to rotate. I'm going to push down as if I'm falling. I'm just going to turn my body in hand as if I'm reading a book. Now the hand should not go higher than the shoulder, and it should not go away from the body. In other words, your elbow on the move should stay in line with the side of your body. It should not move outside the frame of your body. Okay? So let's do a few of those. I'm going to put my left hand under, that's your right. I'm going to put my right hand over, that's your left. I'm going to keep my feet together to put the stress in my waist. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale forward. Then I'm going to put my right hand under, you put your left, and turn towards my left, that would be your right, using my waist only. I'm going to press down and straighten. Okay, now, to get the benefit from the exercise, soothing, relaxation, oxygenation, and all of the rest, I recommend that you do about 10 to 12. Nice and smooth. The slower, the better. So you would twist, rotate back about 10 to 12 times. Breathing in on the pull and then exhaling on the recorrect, the movement that gets your body facing forward again. Okay, let's move to the next move, and that is the white crane spreads its wings. Now, in order to do this move, you're going to take your right hand, I'm using my left, I'm just going to fan the front of my body. I'm going to turn my right hand over, this is going to be your left. My arm is going to be slightly bent. Maintain a bent position. I'm going to then pull my hand back and I'm going to turn the palm over. I'm going to move it forward to brush the floor. When it reaches the frame of my body, I'm going to transition upward. Now when I transition upward, my opposite hand, this is my left, would be your right, will track at the forearm. It then comes down along the side of my body. When it gets almost fully extended, I brush the floor with the palm of my hand and bring it to my side. Okay, so let's start again. You put your right hand over, turn your left hand up, pull back, flip the hand over to brush forward. Then you're going to transition up. You're going to brush down and complete the move. Then for the other side, you simply drop your left hand, turn your right hand over, pull back, turn the palm up, brush up to the frame of the body, transition upwards, drop your left hand along the right, and then brush going to do that move about 10 to 12 times. Okay? And again, you can either do it all in one session or you can do one move a day, depends on what's going on. All right, so the next move is the brushing of the knee. Because we're not doing any bending, I'm going to call it brushing of the waist. Again, it's normally called brushing of the knee because you actually fan or brush the knee. But because we're not doing that, let's call it brushing of the waist. Because you're going to actually fan the front. Now that move is similar to the white crane, except that instead of the hand being up and you brush, what would be the upper hand is going to push forward as if you're saying stop. Let's take a look at how you do the move. Okay, so I'm going to put my right hand under. If you're following along, that's going to be your left. I'm going to put my left hand on top. That would be your right. And it looks as if I'm holding a large beach ball or a huge pearl. I am then going to rotate my body. I'm going to bring my lower hand up, that would be your left, in a stop position at my chest level. I am then going to push down with my lead hand, that's going to be your right, and I'm going to push out as if I'm saying stop. Okay, to set up, I simply bring the outer hand, the hand that I'm saying stop with, below the chin. I then put the lower hand in a position as if I'm holding a cup. So I look like I'm holding a large beach ball or pearl. I rotate my body from the waist, keep the stress off the knees. I'm then going to raise my lower hand, that's my left, should be your right. It's going to not exceed the shoulder height. I'm going to brush down with my right, would be your left, and I'm going to push forward, okay? And that is how you do the brushing of the knee. And again, I would recommend that you perform the move about 10 to 12 times to get the benefit. Some of the benefits, of course, you're going to be getting the relaxation. You're going to be getting the deep breathing to repair any damaged tissue. You're going to be oxygenating the muscles to get energy, increase energy level. And with this movement, you're also going to get greater range and flexibility from the back muscles. Okay, so that's brushing the knee. The next move, the fifth move, is playing the flute. And that move it's relatively easy. All you're doing is you're going to drop your right hand. You're going to bring the right hand up. The edge or side of the hand is going to lead. So you're going to go up, and then you're going to put your lower hand about 1.5 feet below. So the hands are lined up. I then expand, and using the chest muscles, I'm going to squeeze it back together. Now when I expand and squeeze, I'm inhaling deeply into those muscles. I exhale any stale or polluted air out of there. Okay? So I'm going to come up. Lower hand's going to track it. I'm going to inhale, exhale as I squeeze. Now to change sides, I use a semicircle roll, switch hands, so that my right, which would be your left, is going to now be on top. Then you're going to expand, and you're going to squeeze. You're going to roll down in a semicircle, exchange this. Now don't forget to relax and allow your wrist to flex and curl. That's going to promote circulation and blood flow. That's going to promote circulation and blood flow through the arms, chest, shoulders, and upper back. Okay, so the final move in this series. The final move in this series is repelling the monkey. And you're going to take your right hand, put it close to your chest in a stop position. You're going to push forward. As you do that, you take your opposite hand, which should be your left. You're going to bow the arm. Palm is going to be upward. You're going to bring the hand all the way back, extending the hand. Then you flip the hand over to your chest. Then you flip the hand over to your shoulder. As you retract the lead hand, you push out with the upper hand, flip the palm forward, and extend it. Then you begin to pull back with your lower hand, extend the hand, flip it over to the shoulder, begin to push as you pull the lead hand back. You flip the hand forward so that the palm is extended, and you repeat the movement. Now on the push, this is an exhale, expelling stale air. On the extension in the rear, you inhale through the move, and then you exhale. You inhale through the move, and then you exhale. And again, be careful to make sure that you are not rotating lower than your waistline. You want to keep that stress off of the knees. Again, my name is Master Batiste. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and tell a friend about us. I'll see you next video.